It's just extraordinary procedure, extraordinary history you're going to see unfold there. Obviously, this Mass is going to be very elaborate to start with, a 2-hour Mass, as you say, and then the procession of the Cardinals in their scarlet gowns. Now, what happens inside the Sistine Chapel is always such a mystery. That's what adds to the suspense. But in days gone by, of course, Cardinals were locked there permanently until they came out with a decision. But nowadays, they put in a long day, don't they? And then they're sequestered away and undertake not to speak to anybody and spend the night somewhere else before coming back for the following day. And this could go on for quite a number of days, no doubt.
That's right. So, I mean, as you pointed out, that there was a point in time when they would actually have to live inside the Sistine Chapel. Now they have the luxury of living in Casa Santa Marta, just over to the left of the Basilica as you're looking at it. They will be bussed to and from, not allowed any contact with anyone during that journey. It's worth pointing out also the staff of the Vatican who will be looking after them have also been sworn to secrecy about what goes on. We don't know, as you said, how long this is going to take. The average that's been kind of calculated for the last 10 conclaves is about 3 days.
Yep.
The last 2 that produced Pope Benedict and Pope Francis were only 2 days. So we could see a Pope by Friday here in Rome.
Now, just finally, look, it's pointless really speculating. The final choice could be somebody nobody's ever heard of, really, out of that conclave. But what do you is there a sense that we'll go back to seeing an Italian Pope? It's been a relatively modern and unusual trait to have popes that have not been Italian. We've had a Polish Pope, obviously, and an Argentine Pope just deceased. Is there a sense we'll go back to an Italian Pope, or are we looking again elsewhere?
I mean, that's certainly something that's been said, that it's time to kind of return to an Italian Pope. I think it was 400 years of Italian popes or so before 1978, when Pope John Paul II was, raised as the Roman Pontiff. You're right, in that time we've had a German and Argentine. Pietro Parolin, the Vatican Secretary of State, an Italian who's seen as perhaps the front runner. He's on all of the lists of people's guesses at who it might be. He's seen as someone, a kind of moderate voice, a steady hand, someone who's not necessarily a kind of very charismatic speaker, but nonetheless someone who knows how to handle delicate diplomatic situations and manage overall the bureaucracy of the church. But there are also candidates from further afield. We could see the first Asian Pope, Luis Antonio Tagle, the former Archbishop of Manila, seen as a kind of progressive continuation of Francis's vision, but at the same time also perhaps the first African Pope in living memory, or rather in modern history, I should say. Peter Turkson of Ghana, seen as one of those. So, I mean, really a huge range of possibilities, but certainly the wish for an Italian to return is out there.
Great stuff, Stash. I've got to say, I'm very envious of you. It's a brilliant place to be at the best of times, but what you're going to see over coming days is going to be quite extraordinary. Good luck to you, and thanks for joining us.